So just a little reminder to notice the beauty in your day today, wherever you might find it. Little places that are unexpected, you're just looking around, but because you're present, and you're showing up for your life, you'll see them. You'll get to experience them. That is really one of the major motivations I've always had for mindfulness, for cultivating mindful awareness, both in meditation and especially in the rest of my life. That when I'm willing to show up and not numb out or turn away or constantly distract myself, I get to be present for the beauty and the goodness that's all around always. And it's been said by many people for thousands of years in many ways, and I will just join the chorus of wise voices who have said, you know, if you're trying to avoid the difficulties and the pain and the things that are unwanted and unliked about your life, you'll also be missing anything that brings you joy and goodness and pleasure. And it sounds like my cat agrees. I don't know if you can hear her in the background, but she's singing a morning song. So that's not to say that it's easy. That's not to say that it comes supernaturally to most of us to turn toward the unwanted. But it really is, it has been the only consistent way that has brought me any kind of peace of mind. And this morning I was really thinking a lot about how this practice of mindfulness meditation, and then the benefits, the results of practicing mindfulness insight meditation, it's often described as a refuge. That we take refuge in the Buddha, by which is meant, you know, our own inner awakening capabilities. You might also be inspired by the Buddha himself, a real human being who lived 2,600 years ago and figured some really important things out and was brilliant about sharing those teachings. So we take refuge in the Buddha, or our own teachers, or our inner teacher, our highest ability. We take refuge in the Dharma, which is both the written teachings of this person known as the Buddha, but also really life itself. Life itself is the teacher. And so we take refuge in the formal teachings, but also in the teaching from the School of Hard Knocks, the best school on earth, really. And we take refuge in the Sangha, which is really the community that we find ourselves in, others who are working and exploring the way we are. And so, and this is called the triple jewel of Buddhism: Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. And but refuge has been a really helpful concept, and for me. So as we settle in this morning, let's think about our practice, this seclusion time that we set aside for practice, really as an invitation to refuge. And we certainly need refuge now, don't we? There's a lot that we want to feel safe from or safe about. And security is a strong need. And so let's settle in, and I'll just invite you, and as I begin our guidance this morning, we'll be taking about 10 minutes to just contemplate refuge. So allowing the body to continue settling into this comfortable seated position. And as we do this, beginning to recognize this feeling of unity between body, mind, and heart when we gather our attention and allow the awareness to reveal the present moment. Especially at the beginning of a sit, we may want to just note this sensation, this knowing of coming together. And not to try to shut everything out that's outside of ourselves or perceived as outside of ourselves. Not pushing anything away, but also not picking anything up. We're really setting down all the driving forces of the mind that are usually operating, planning, executing, analyzing, scanning, and just bringing present moment awareness here, now, just this. As though the inner life and the movements of this good heart were a special sacred place to which we can always return. This is home, a safe harbor, refuge. Simply feeling the body sitting and breathing. Simply aware of sounds. Knowing that hearing is happening. And dwelling. Dwelling in this perfect refuge, always available. Whenever we choose to pause and join the life that is here in the body, in the heart, in the mind. Taking refuge for a few minutes and doing nothing, becoming nothing. And yet knowing everything, everything moment by moment. sustaining awareness of what's here, what's moving now in the body, in the heart. Just allowing these movements of the mind, the heart, the body to express themselves however they need. And if you find yourself caught up in thinking, simply noting that, oh, thinking, and then returning gently to dwell in this refuge of simple sitting and breathing, simple hearing, simple feeling, just knowing this. Thank you for your practice this morning.